Cameras are there to capture a specific moment in time so that it can last forever. We capture pictures and take videos with our family and friends, but sometimes we get perfectly timed pics and clips that capture unbelievable and unexpected moments. Anyone with a smartphone can easily use their camera app and immediately upload videos on the internet nowadays. And there's an endless collection of these amazing videos. From real-life invisibility cloak to 9 lives, here are 15 moments you wouldn't believe if they weren't recorded. Number 15. Real-life invisibility cloak. If you watch Harry Potter, then of course you'll know about the invisibility cloak, one of the Deathly Hallows. Just like how the name implies, the invisibility cloak makes you invisible. It's one thing to create it using CGI, but what if it was created in real life? In 2017, millions of people have been amazed by this quantum invisibility cloak. Just take a look at this video. First, the man is holding what seemed to be a piece of fabric. If the invisibility cloak was real, it would be a total breakthrough. According to the sharer of this video, the inventors of the invisibility cloak used quantum technology to create the transparent material that can reflect a light wave around the person who wears it, so that the person appears to be invisible to everyone outside. As usual, scrutiny comes with popularity, and so many people claim that this video is a hoax. However, recently several journals have been published regarding invisibility cloaks created out of superconducting materials. Now, we're not going to go to the nitty-gritty of the scientific explanation, but do you think the invention of the invisibility cloak is a good thing? Number 14. Helicopter flying with no blades spinning. This video of a helicopter in the air without its rotor blades moving has captured the attention of millions on the internet. This video certainly makes it look like the helicopter is just a glitch in the Matrix. This magical video has taken viewers by surprise, with the helicopter looking like it's floating by itself. But there's actually a simple explanation for this. The camera frame rate simply matches the movement of the helicopter's rotor, making it look as if it's not moving at all. It's an example of one of the illusions you can create when you get the camera frame rate in sync with the rotation of a moving object. If you've seen the helicopter in real life, you'll notice that the helicopter rotor isn't actually stationary at all. Despite not being magical, you can't deny that this video is pretty cool and trippy to look at. Number 13. Railroad car topper. It's quite mesmerizing to watch this machine load itself on top of the train with no ramps required. It's almost as if the machine has a life of its own. This right here isn't a transformer in real life. This is actually a Herzog car topper. It's a machine with a standard operating procedure that a lot of people find shocking. This machine right here was built intentionally to safely load and unload cross ties from rail cars. This one car topper right here can easily move roughly 200 pounds of cross ties in an hour's time. This car topper might as well have a life of its own. They're incredibly flexible and are able to dismount themselves from the trains. However, for these machines to work, the driver needs to be incredibly skilled in maneuvering the machine. It may look easy, but controlling one of these requires a lot of patience, confidence, experience, and skill. Number 12. Fire truck drives through flood. This video shows just how dedicated and courageous firefighters are. These firefighters drove through 10 feet of flood. Kudos to the driver, because this totally requires dedication and bravery. The firefighters plunged through the flood without any hesitation. Apparently, this video was taken in Australia during a particularly stormy Christmas day. Against the advice of the State Emergency Service, this fire crew drove through one of the flooded neighborhoods straight into the waters, and miraculously drove through it without a problem. Well, the inside of the vehicle was filled with water afterwards. But this just shows how tough the truck is once it comes to driving through huge volumes of water. The fire crew was reprimanded by authorities because of their risky action. But although it may have been an error in judgment on their part, they still showed how dedicated they are to their jobs. And that's honestly quite impressive. Number 10. Cats in sync. Cats are one of the most adorable creatures on Earth. I guess the term cute and adorable applies to all felines on Earth, both big and small. In this video uploaded in 2017, a man saw 5 cats move perfectly in sync in St. Petersburg in Russia. They were just cleaning themselves at first, and they all looked in the same direction all at the same time. How cute is that? They're all so synchronized that you'd think that they rehearsed it. But really, cats just have very powerful and strong senses, and so all 5 cats noticed whatever sound or stimuli happened. Number 9. Hippo slap. If you think that lions rule the plains and the savannas, you better think again, because one of the most fearsome animals on Earth isn't a predator. In fact, it's an herbivore. If you guess that the animal is the hippopotamus, then you're correct. It certainly takes a lot of bravery and courage to face a raging and angry hippo. That's why a lot of people were surprised to see this security guard slap a huge adult hippo to prevent it from sneaking out of its pen. He needed to tap the animal on its head a few times before the hippo willingly went back to the water. At first, you might think that the villain in this story is the security guard, but it's not really as black and white as it appears to be. Hippos are generally chill herbivores, but when they get mad, they can get really aggressive. In fact, hippos kill an estimated 500 people in Africa each year, making them one of the world's deadliest mammals. Many people applauded the security guard for jumping in front of danger just to prevent the visitors from being attacked. Number 8. Good dog. Even if you're a cat person, no one really can't resist the cuteness of dogs. Dogs are quite great. They provide love, companionship, and some of them even let people borrow their sense of smell to keep us safe and sound. Every dog out there is a good boy. But perhaps this one particular dog in the video deserves to be called the goodest boy. This patient boy right here waited for a few minutes for the pedestrian light to turn green before crossing the street. I don't know about you, but that's extreme discipline right there. You can even see 2 girls running across the street at the red light. I don't know where this dog's owner is, but he's definitely a good boy, and hopefully he got a lot of treats that day. Number 7. Stone Forest. There are some places in this world that are somewhat hard to believe that they actually exist. This is the Stone Forest of Madagascar. This African island nation is home to a huge number of endemic species and beautiful natural landscapes. The biodiversity of this place really is amazing. The Tsingy de Bamara National Park in particular boasts unique geology amongst everything else. If you're planning to explore this part of Madagascar, then you might want to invest in some tough shoes, because this is one of the most unique and toughest terrains you'll find on the planet. The word Tsingy in Malagasy literally means where one cannot walk barefoot. And I kid you not, the walk here is no joke. In this area of land, thousands of jagged towers that soar hundreds of feet into the air can be seen. It takes 5 days to reach the national park from the nearest city, and once you're there, you're up to a pretty challenging exploration. The site certainly is rewarding, as it's both breathtaking and terrifying. That's why, despite its very unique geology, it doesn't receive as many visitors as other tourist spots. However, this intimidating site actually acts as the safe haven of many endemic creatures in Madagascar. Number 6. Massive Anaconda. This video shows a massive anaconda, estimatedly 33 feet long, being carried by an excavation machine. This video first circulated online in June 2013. The snake was allegedly pulled from a lake in Proctor, North Carolina. Many people argued that this video is just a hoax, and the snake doesn't really exist in real life. However, the Guinness World Records entry for the longest snake ever in captivity is a reticulated python named Medusa that measures 25 feet and 2 inches long. We can never really know how large these snakes could get out there in the wild. What do you think of this video? Do you think that it's real? Do you think that it's really possible that there are huge snakes out there that no human has ever seen? Number 5. Bird explosion. In this video, an enormous flock of birds landing on the electrical distribution lines made it significantly sag. At first, there were no problems, and the birds just continued to seek refuge and take a rest on the power lines. However, a few minutes in, a huge explosion occurred, and the flock flew away immediately. Roosting birds in particular use these power lines to rest on or to search for prey. A small number of birds isn't really a problem, but the instinctual nature of certain species of birds can attract thousands of birds roosting in a single location, which is exactly what occurred in this video. Usually, birds don't cause explosions, nor do they get electrocuted when resting on power lines. But on the occasion that they cause bridging, it will surely end in disaster. Bridging occurs when a bird makes contact between 2 wires, and this causes electrocution, and in massive situations, it can cause an explosion, just like in this video. Developers are now looking for ways in order to remove this threat. And some corrective measures are also being pursued not only to keep the birds safe, but to reduce the risk of power loss for the electricity consumers. And now it's time for today's topic. Drones are quite helpful as they provide vision from a bird's eye view. However, there's the question of privacy. In this picture, a drone was spying over these people trying to enjoy the sun on their pleasure boat. The ladies didn't seem to mind. However, one of the men seemed to be disturbed by the flying drone taking a video of them while they were trying to relax. In most states and local jurisdictions, drones can fly above private property as long as they're not in uncontrolled airspace, which is the airspace below 400 feet above the ground. This doesn't mean that drone operators can recklessly fly their drones, of course. Safety should always be prioritized over everything else, not only for your drone, but also for the people below. Have you ever operated a drone before? As always, comment down below with the hashtag today's topic and let us know your opinion about what we just showed on screen. With that said, let's keep things moving. Before we go on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. You just leave a like on this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now. And that's it. Try it. Number 4. China's Red Beach. If you had to pick one place on Earth that can be considered the most stunning, then this is definitely one of the best choices. You'd surely want to bring a fully charged camera when you visit the stunning Red Beach in Panjin, China. Just take a look at this place. This is certainly the perfect setting to fill your Instagram page. Despite being called a beach, it doesn't really have any sand. Instead, the Red Beach is actually one of the biggest wetlands in the world, and it magically turns to this breathtaking crimson wonderland every autumn. This is due to the shrubs that grow in the area that absorb high levels of salt water. During the spring, the shrubs are actually green, but throughout summer, they slowly change color until they turn into a vibrant red hue during the fall. The plant, called sueda, is actually seepweed, which are plants that thrive in salty habitats. In the medieval times, these plants were harvested and burned to create sodium carbonate for glassmaking. But today, a huge number of them stay as tourist attractions in the Red Beach. Not only is this location home to a breathtaking view, but it's also home to almost 260 species of birds. If you want to go here, you better plan your trip accordingly, because this location is usually fully booked, catering to more than 2 million tourists each year. Number 3. Woman almost falls off Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is one of the most recognizable places on the planet, and it easily attracts millions of tourists each year. And for many people across the world, this place is definitely a must-visit in their bucket lists. With a massive 1,904 square miles of land, it features about 1,000 caves, with only one open to the public, as well as breathtaking views. Not only is it rich in amazing landscape, but it also has a rich background in history. But it's also shrouded in mystery. Actually, the Grand Canyon exhibits a geological phenomenon known as the Great Unconformity. This refers to the fact that in the Grand Canyon, 200 million-year-old rock layers are found directly against 1.2 billion-year-old rocks. Now, there's a gap in between the ages of the rocks, and no one knows what happened to these missing layers. With that being said, it's quite easy to lose yourself to the beauty of the Grand Canyon. In this video, these two ladies were having the time of their lives taking pictures of the breathtaking view, when suddenly, one of them almost tripped and fell down the cliff. Imagine how nervous the two of them were when that happened. Thankfully, no one was hurt from the incident, and both of them got home safe with some beautiful pictures. Remember, taking pictures is all right for keeping memories, but make sure that in the process of taking them, you're safe and sound, or else it could be the last time that you'll snap a camera. Number 2. Mysterious fish. Just take a look at this video. If you're not familiar with this fish and you see it in the water for the first time, you might just be terrified because of its weird appearance. But fret not, because this mysterious fish is actually an amazing and long-living creature called a sturgeon. Sturgeon is a long-living fish with 27 known species. These fish already roamed the planet's oceans from way back when dinosaurs roamed the Earth. How cool is it that we can see fish today that lived alongside the amazing dinosaurs? This fish right here is actually a white sturgeon which inhabits the Fraser River. This fish is approximately 11 feet and 6 inches long, and based on what we know about them, this fish may be over 100 years old. Yes, you heard that right. This is a century-old fish. For this reason, whenever people see these fish, They never capture them, but instead tag them and release them back to the water. This is especially true for the older ones. Hopefully, these guys will still be around with us until the end of time. It would be amazing if every generation of humans will see these majestic and beautiful creatures. Number 1. 9 lives. If you have a cat, then you probably know how they can go from a lazy fluffball to a hyper and energetic feline. They say that humans were never really able to domesticate cats, and I don't know how much of that is true, but we can't deny that cats are one of the most capable animals on Earth. Aside from their undeniable cuteness that makes them irresistible, they have awesome reflexes and flexibility that make them able to accomplish amazing feats. For instance, this cat right here leaped out of a window during an apartment fire in Englewood, Chicago last year, and he amazingly managed to survive the fall. The fire started in one of the units of a multi-story apartment building at 65th Low in May 2021. Onlookers were surprised when they saw a black paw cautiously sticking out of the window, followed by the head of a black cat. The cat first seemed to survey the area before jumping out of the window. You can hear an audible gasp from the onlookers after the cat fell. I would rate that landing a 10 out of 10. And the cat easily managed to land on all 4 feet. The cat then immediately ran off. Perhaps the cat used one of its 9 lives to survive the fall. The saying came from an ancient proverb, and also from their ability to always land on their feet. Cats are dexterous and agile, making them able to escape any situation that would have injured any other animal. Cats actually have an inbuilt balancing system called the righting reflex, and this reflex allows them to easily orient themselves and always land on their feet. For a long time, many scientists were baffled by this ability. And did you know that back in 1894, a French scientist even dedicated the time to capture a cat's landing in slow motion, just to capture how cats land on their feet? In fact, there's even research that showed some curious results. A study done back in 1987 showed that cats who jumped from between 7 and 32 stories suffered less injuries than those who fell between 2 and 6. According to researchers, this might be because the higher the fall, the more time cats have to be able to posture themselves properly. Of course, while your kitty cat's paws are cute, they're also equipped with nature's shock absorbers that enable them to land from great heights. The next time you look at your fur ball, just remember that your feline might look cute and innocent, but they can do a lot of amazing things. Which of these videos surprised you the most? And have you ever captured an unbelievable clip? Let us know about your experience in the comments down below. Also, check out our other cool stuff showing up on the screen right now. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.